the journey so far. 1,000 souls wailing for vengeance.
What's up, man? How you doing today? Hopefully there's less puzzles today. Hoping for less puzzles. Got my fingers crossed for less puzzles today. These chests have, like, nothing in them now. I had to defuse a mental breakdown at my neighbor's house. She's having a really hard time with some things. So I need to just relax. Her brother's sick too, and they don't know what he's sick with. I just want to relax today. This game pisses me off. I'm just gonna stop playing it. Well, I looked at the spoilers, there's like far less puzzles from this point on, so hoping that's the case. You are right, though. I played through one of the earlier dungeons in the first part, on Switch just now, and I was hanging out with the kitties, and I went through it pretty quickly. How bad are the portal puzzles? Just tell me now, because I don't have much patience tonight. I totally will just look up the solution for that. I don't have patience for 6 hours of puzzles today. Okay, I'm already getting annoyed. What does it want? Let me fight, please. No more puzzles. I have no clue what it wants. once. Can I just bite something? Why don't you do it? You have wings. You suck, dude.
I have everything in
You do the annoying shit. Let me fight. NPCs. The only NPC that was anything worthwhile in this game was Karn. The big blacksmith guy. He actually did something. Everyone else just stands around. That guy can fly, and somehow I have to do all this. He can't do it. Solve the puzzles for me, dipshit. Let me actually have fun. Okay, I see what to do now. I have to use that stupid soul mechanic that I hate. Maybe I can throw it to him or something. I hate this mechanic. It's so boring. Slow and obtuse. Other mechanic was better. They take that one away from you. Oh my god, come on, dude! How is that not the solution? This mechanic is such garbage. It sucks. So stupid how there's just like this arbitrary distance where they just stop working. Why? Please just work this time. Please just go over there and explode this stupid thing. Jeez. Such a shitty mechanic. It's not fun at all. It's just clunky, gimmicky, shitty. If I do play this again, I'll enjoy when they don't have that stupid soul mechanic. I really don't like those puzzles.
Out of the shadows and into the light. I see you, horseman. The things you have done.
The blocks you have pushed.
I know why
I'm here to push more blocks.
Then you will give me the key.
I have guarded the key for centuries. It is mine, and I will not part with it lightly. Not now. Corruption spreads. In our city, in our hearts. Only I remain pure. A beacon against the darkness. Helpless to push it back.
We're not all helpless, Arca.
Perhaps not.
Guy looking like an
After
MMO
the
character.
seals were broken, and Hell's legions loosed upon the earth. Many divine relics were lost. One, the Rod of Arafel, could help reverse what has happened here. I dare not retrieve the rod myself.
Let me guess, I need to go get three
The gates to the White
things.
City are closed
and
to
push
any
blocks.
angel who visits Earth. But you are no angel. Acquire the rod, and I will clear a path into my citadel. There you will find the key to the Tree of Life. As for what you will find on Earth, after you face it, even you may curse the name of war.
The game can just crash. Just the fucking cutscene crashed it. Really? Wow. Like how this is the definitive version. Doesn't work. Random crash during a cutscene. I hope I can skip it.
The journey so far. 1,000 souls.
Please
waiting
tell me
for
I have to do that puzzle again. Okay, I'm just gonna have to skip this. Dude, what's up with this, man? Been playing this for like 15 hours, and now I'm soft-locked? Fuck this cutscene, I don't care about it. Like how it waits until I'm 16 hours in to start crashing. Really? Okay, I guess there's a beta patch. Why is it not on the main branch? Get this far and they didn't bother to actually fix it? Gotta be kidding me. Just better fix it. Okay, you can't even skip the damn thing. Generally with cutscenes like that, if you just mash it to skip, you can get past it, but it keeps crashing. Better get me past this. Might just try to find a save past this point or something. I don't know. It was great when can't skip a cutscene. Yeah, completely soft lock your game because you can't just skip it. It has to play out or something. It's taking forever to install this. Why does this take so long? Some games on Steam just take forever. It's better fix it. Pretty pissed on the progress is being blocked because of a cutscene I don't want to watch. Alright, am I still soft locked? Better work.
The journey so far. 1,000 souls wailing for vengeance.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so if that bug fixes the problem, then why didn't they put it on the main branch? You can't progress. Like, what? So they fixed the bug, but they didn't move it to the main branch. So you can get like however far I am into this game, 70, 80%, 65 or whatever. Get to that cutscene and be unable to make progress whatsoever. It's really weird how developers just abandon games like that. It's like, if you want to keep selling it, you should fix it. I would have been livid if that didn't fix it. I would have basically just wasted my time playing this game. I do have the game on Switch too. I could play it again, but I don't know. That's really stupid to me. That they have a patch that fixes it, but they didn't move it to the main branch. Now, if you don't look on the forum, then you can't beat the game. Bunch of MMO characters here. Yeah, but this came out like 4 years later. So you'd think it would not have glitches like that. It's one thing if it's like, you know, speedrun stuff. Speedrunners use things speedrunners use, which person playing casually like me is never going to encounter or care about. But like when a cutscene soft locks you, I mean, that's the kind of thing you need to fix. Like, come on now. I should not have had to download a beta patch just to get past a cutscene that was soft locking me even if I skipped it. I wouldn't say it's unpolished, it's just... I say it's an unbalanced game, how easy the combat is unless you're doing like endgame stuff. How annoying the puzzles are. How uneven the puzzles and stuff are. This game feels like a 70-30 split between puzzles and combat, which is... I'd even argue even Zelda's not like that, really. Probably don't have to change my gear at all past this point. This game is definitely padded out, though, I can say that much. Still a really good game, but I feel like they bothered to remaster it. They should have fixed things a little more.
Consider us evil.
What do you know about the
A
rod?
weapon of immense power. But Hestus fell. Now the destroyer you
Was broken can be reformed.
in the hands of the destroyer. He has the suffering are one such beast. We feed.
One mine.
I will not risk more Helgard, but should you wish to undertake this
Fool's errand.
so that it is not your luck.
I don't want no gun. No guns.
Thanks for the warning. How many?
Too many. For every dead angel there is another. Kept alive against it, perhaps.
If you wish.
That
Why are they lost, Uriel?
where else? All of creation's white city is closed to us. We can never go home.
What are these children?
No. They are something most powerful than the rest. Kill everything around
There's a wonder even the dead.
you speak of all the creatures, not even death can stop them.
I don't want the gun. Put it away. Give me a sprint. I don't want this gun. How do I get rid of it? Won't let me get rid of the gun. Don't give me a gun. Give me a sprint. That's what I need. I don't need a gun. How do I get rid of the gun? Why can't I get rid of it? I want to fight normal. I mean, what the hell is this now? I didn't want to play a shooter. I hate guns. He won't put it away. What is this, man? What? Why is this a shooter now? I hate shooters. Put the gun away. Let me fight normal. I don't want this. Why is it forcing a gun on me? Easily just take these out way faster without this stupid gun. I hope it blows up or something. I don't want this. Let me fight melee. What is this shit? Please release me from this gun. How do I get rid of it? Is it like glitched or something? This sucks, man. I don't want to play with this. I like how I'm doing way less damage than the melee. You shove this down my throat. I don't want to use it. Please put the gun away. Ow! He won't put it down. I don't want this. There's like 10 of them over here anyway. Alfred. Ugh, everything looks the same in this game. Telling me to go the wrong direction. It's like, don't give me some lame-ass gun. Give me a sprint. He needs to be able to run faster, and not carry some dumb gun. Weird that you get this far and there's like still no sprint. It's like the obvious thing to like make it feel like you're making some progress. But no, he still runs slow as molasses. Like in a Metroid game, you would have had like speed booster by now. This is just nothing. Keep running slow.
the city.
Where will I find the
I do not know. But the rod has a will of its own. Find the second piece. It may tell me where the last resides.
Okay, will you go through, please? What is this? Won't go through.
Be about your task, Ryder.
Dude, what is up with this game? Why does it wait until like 17 hours in to break? I can't get in here. What the hell, man? Am I supposed to go through here or what? She just opened this door. I can't get through. Why are you gonna remaster a game and then not fix anything? Make it worse. Am I supposed to go through here or what? It's an invisible wall. I'm soft locked. I'm really pissed that it's doing this now, instead of doing it at the fucking beginning of the game. If it just soft locked at the beginning, I would have just dropped it. But now I'm this far in and I can't finish it. Why is this not working? Where am I supposed to go? Is it like broken or what? I can't go through. What? What does it want? This is pissing me off, seriously. You're gonna sell a game, then fucking fix it. It's like Avengers all over again. Please work. Okay. Great game. Just randomly break like that. I'm so scared it's gonna like soft lock on me. That's the second time a soft lock has happened in like 20 minutes of playing. I love when they put out a game like this. And then they don't bother to actually fix it. They make the game again, they remaster it and stuff, and it's worse than it was before. The gun sucks too. They keep shoving the gun down my throat, and the gun is way worse. Countdown until it soft locks again. The combat in that looks boring. I like the combat in this game, I just hate all the puzzles. There's too many puzzles. Okay, does this guy ever stop attacking? Is he just gonna stand there the whole time? I don't want to use the gun. I should not even have guns in the first place. Guns are lame. This guy's hitboxes are bullshit. Don't make me use the gun. I don't want to use guns. Melee action game, not guns. Game's kind of falling apart at the seams right now. Kinda hoping it just ends soon, so I can try the post-game stuff. I'm starting to get agitated playing this. It's mostly just because of how much it's broken today. 2 soft locks in like half an hour. These guys keep coming back too. This whole level is just obnoxious. What's the point of killing them if they just respawn? They keep coming back over and over. Good lord, these guys are annoying. Like bugs. They're just really trying to make you not want to play this game anymore. That's what it feels like at this point. Just make an enemy doesn't even fit on the screen, and make him just spawn endless flying enemies. The most annoying thing in every video game. I can't even see what he's doing. He's too big. Just die. Every time I get close to him, he just knocks me away. How much is left of this game? It's just getting less and less fun as I go on. It's getting more and more annoying. I'm like doing no damage to this guy, and I can't see what he's doing. He has like mile-long hitboxes. I'm starting to see why this game's starting to piss me off. But I'm too far in to stop now. This game's just getting worse and worse. Just these enemies and just the puzzles and the padding and the glitches. What is this boss? What does it want from me? I can't attack it without getting hit. This boss is garbage. Fuck this boss. Give me something that fits on the screen, please. Doesn't spawn a bunch of obnoxious flying enemies. Skip the cutscene. Come on, I've seen it like 30 times now. This boss is terrible. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to use the gun. Do I have to? I don't want to. Why can't I just attack it like everything else? I don't want to play a shooter. I fucking hate shooters. Stop shoving them down my throat and everything. This is a lot more engaging than melee combat, just holding a trigger down. It's thrilling. Until the end of the game to turn it into a shitty shooter. No, I can't fucking stand guns. Unless it's like gun kata or something. I hate shooters. What was the point of that boss? You try to fight it normally and you can't kill it. And then you use the gun and you just hold the button down for 2 minutes. Why even have that in the game at all? This level is garbage. Really overstayed its welcome. Well, good, because that's not an interesting enemy at all. It's just, you try to fight it normally and it's impossible. You hold the gun down, they force you to use the gun. And the gun is just holding the trigger down like most shooters. There's no depth to that fight at all. This is really aggravating. Just giving me all the annoying enemies and nothing else. These fuckers that keep respawning. If I wanted to play a generic zombie shooter, I would. Stop shoving guns down my throat. This is so annoying, man. This sucks. Can I just skip all this? Just leave? This level is not fun. Finally give you some combat after like 5 hours of puzzles, and then it's like all the most obnoxious enemies. Forcing you to play a shitty shooter mode. Look how these guys are standing right here and they do nothing.
I can feel Rod. The White City.
May you live to see the Destroyer take his last breath. Your ill of the Helga.
Good luck, Ryder. The final piece.
Go soft lock again. Somehow, this game has managed to make a level that's purely combat worse than the ones that are 90% puzzles. Only this game could do that. Just annoying, instant respawning enemies with, like, no tells in their attacks. Shitty gun segments. It's like the best of the worst. He's not equipped to deal with that many enemies, he's too slow. This boss. This is terrible. I can't describe how terrible this is. It's so bad, it's good. What's the point of this boss? He can't kill you. It's just padding. He must have spent like a lunch break on the shooting mechanics in this game. It's like when Platinum tries to do that stuff. They try to force you to use like a turret or a gunship or something, and it just feels awful and clunky. That's exactly how this feels. This level is horrendous. I don't know what they were thinking. Please don't make me fight that boss again. Are you kidding me? Good. This is the worst part of the game by far. I thought that last dungeon I did was bad. This is worse. Because it's nothing but just shitty gimmicks. Giving you enemies with like the most bullshit hitboxes. It's not worth fighting anything because they just keep coming back. These guys just do nothing but spam that same move. Please run faster. I really wish he could sprint right now. I have like no healing potions, I can't go back. These guys just keep respawning endlessly. Another pointless gun boss. Give me health back. This is such garbage. Stop forcing me to use the gun. I've done this twice now. They just keep recycling this boring enemy. Come on, just die. This is worse than anything Platinum's done by far. Go play fucking Bayonetta again, or Wonderful 101. Thought those games were bad with the gimmicks and stuff. This is really just overstaying its welcome. Why does it take so long to die? There's no mechanics at all. It's literally just holding the button down. I didn't sign up to play a garbage shooter. Fucking melee action game. Come on. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. This is shit. Wow. How many times are they gonna recycle the same enemy? Third time now. Ah, come on! Let me just fight normal. Does every game have to shove shit like this down your throat? I have no healing potions. These guys keep coming back. Just stay dead. So I can hold the button down. It's engaging gameplay. Ah, come on. I was hoping I'd have fun with this game today, but now they have to just shove all these gimmicks down your throat. Just die. Come on! Fuck this. I don't want to use a gun. I can't fucking stand shooters and then, like, 18 hours in, they shove one down your throat. Why? Is this one better? Use the other one. Whatever, I don't care. Fuck this garbage. The gun does no damage. Why do they force me to use it? This is so stupid. Now it won't shoot anymore. Just die. Fuck you, stupid garbage ass enemy. Please don't fall off. Get me the hell out of this shithole. Terrible level. I don't even care if there's some game-breaking thing in here. I can't take much more of this. I don't care about trapped hell guards. Let me get back to the regular game world. God. Yeah, you did nothing, bitch. Give me a gun that does, like, pixels of damage. I so don't care right now. Shut up.
Now the demons will suffer all the more when we force the blade.
Yeah, you don't do anything. Just stand in place and talk. Wow, I can't describe how terrible that was. What were they thinking?
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I can see why you couldn't find that. Yeah, the mechanics down there are awful. Like, they took the worst part of every Platinum game and stretched it out for like 40 minutes.
A path? No. I will clear the entire
Wow.
I will burn away the shadows with holy light.
Burn away the puzzles while you're at it. And the padding. All the blocks and switches. Can you take care of those, please? I push enough blocks and balls and switches for 10 lifetimes at this point. You didn't do enough, dude. I still saw some puzzles down there.
You will need wings.
about giving him the ability to sprint? Everybody in this game is a dick. Def's the only one that can accomplish anything in this entire universe, and they won't bother to teach him how to run faster.
Seek out the scribe posted.
You do it.
He still wanders the woods. He can help you with your quest.
I'm just gonna stand here and be completely useless. I wonder if they skipped that in the speedrun. I would not be surprised if they did. I definitely want to watch the speedrun when I finish this game. That was the worst part by far, which is a shame because it was like all combat. There were no puzzles at all, but somehow they just put the most obnoxious enemies and mechanics. And then force you to use a gun. Keep in mind, I had to install a beta patch just to get to that shitty level because the game kept soft locking. It was like a sign. Okay, just die instantly? Alright. Light side, will I be able to finish this game tonight? I kind of wanted to finish it tonight, but that first level sure took a lot out of me. That was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in any action game. Like, how much more is left at this point? It seems like it's kind of moving towards a climax. 'Cause I don't care about spoilers, I just kind of want to unlock the Bloody Palace and check out the endgame stuff and probably just move on to something else. Maybe find some cheat engine codes to, like, fly or something if I play this again. I do know the loot gets a lot better, but I don't know if I have the patience to play through this again. It's really starting to fall apart at the end. This last, like, 20% or so has been pretty awful. Quality just, like, kind of dropped off a cliff. Ugh. I can definitely see why people like this game, but it's got some objectively terrible parts. And it's just, do you have the patience to get through it or not? That seems to be the thing right now. It's another world, only a dungeon, so is it this dungeon or the one after? That was definitely the worst. Just gauntlet of enemies. Normally those are like the most fun parts of games like this, but they somehow managed to screw that up. With every trick in the book. Infinitely respawning enemies, bullshit hitboxes, having like no tells on anything, and then forcing you to use guns. Alright, yeah, I could tell this is gonna piss me off. Let me just pull up the walkthrough. You know, if you have the walkthrough up, just tell me where to go. I don't have patience for 80 more puzzles tonight. I'm hoping to get this done tonight, but I don't know if I will. This game is pulling out everything in the book to make me not want to finish it tonight. It's probably just the map. Why won't you grab onto that? Hello? Thank you. Not even trying with the enemies anymore. It's just blobs of active hitboxes. I don't know what it wants. Like, just tell me at this point. I'm exhausted already. Nothing over here. Won't go in there. What does it want? There's nothing over here. What was the point of this area? Where's the walkthrough? Problem is this stupid game crashes when I alt-tab. Every time I do this, it's just gonna crash. They can't be bothered to actually make a definitive edition of something and actually make it work. Let me see how long this dungeon is. I might just stop right now. I'm not having fun. This is just going on and on and on at this point. There's like 50 million puzzles. Fuck this, man. This looks like a nightmare. Can you give me a break from the puzzles? That combat area was not a break. It was even worse. There's like 500 puzzles in this area. I'm not about to do this tonight. I'm done. Fuck this, man. I have no patience for this tonight. This seriously looks like an hour of puzzles. That's even if you have the solution. Fuck that. It's just a draining game to play. It's just too long. There's too many puzzles. They're not even letting you even have fun with the combat anymore at this point. That's what's weird. Definitely one of those classic games that starts out really strong and then when it ends, it doesn't know when to end, when to give you a break. It's already 10 o'clock too. I started really late today. Better to just maybe try to finish that tomorrow or something. Just look at the solution. I'm pretty drained on that game, honestly. It stopped being fun quite a while ago. I'm kind of just have that sunken cost fallacy thing going on where I'm so close to being done, but the game is doing everything in its power to just piss me off and annoy me and not let me have fun. It's a shame. It's got a lot of really good elements to it, but there's aspects of it that are very unpolished and unbalanced. I don't know who thought forcing a third person shooter down your throat like half an hour was a good idea. Yeah, I'm looking at that walkthrough for that dungeon I was in, and that just made me not wanna do it right now. I had final dungeons like that too, but Tales are a lot less lighter on the puzzles. and you always have combat there, so you can fight or leave at any time. Generally, they give you a lot of waypoints and stuff. But in Darksiders, it's like a lot of times they lock you in there, or it's such a pain to get back that it's counterproductive to leave. You don't really have a lot to work with. I hope the other ones are better. Feels like if that game was like 8 hours long, I think the problems that it has would be a lot less bad. But they were set on making it 20 hours long, and it doesn't have enough engaging stuff going on for 20 hours. Hey, is this not going to work? Hello? Wow, it's just like nothing's wanting to work tonight. Just even this is soft locking. Just wanted to try this game. Got it from Humble Choice. This won't work either. Hello? It's just like frozen. I don't know what's wrong. Why will this not load? Wow. Something just please work tonight. Can't even get the game to load. It's just like stuck. No, it doesn't work. I'm not having a good gaming night tonight, am I? Darksiders soft locked me twice and then gave me the worst shit I've ever experienced in an action game, and now I'm trying to play this and it won't start. It just freezes. This is one of those nights where I just want to just like, I'm not depressed. I actually had a relatively relaxing day today, but I did have to help my neighbor. She's having a mental breakdown. That's kind of draining to deal with. I was hoping to chill and just play some games tonight, but Darksiders was the opposite. Just making me angry and annoyed. I don't need that tonight. I might just play some closers. Closers just turns on and works. Hello? Wow. I'm just like cursed tonight. I just can't play a video game tonight. I'm not allowed to, I guess. I can't get the game to start. It just hangs. For saying try restarting. I'm not gonna bother doing that right now. I'm looking it up right now. I don't have any patience to troubleshoot anything at the moment. Okay, someone said try running it as admin. I'll try that. That is all I will try. Video games have not been kind to me today. It's just gonna hang again. Yep, it just doesn't work. Alright, well, get that then. Just kind of looking forward to trying that game, see if it was another roguelike I would enjoy, but as far as I can tell, that game is just a logo. There's no game there. Let me see how long this dungeon is. Maybe I can find a walkthrough of it. If I see how long it takes someone to finish it, and it's like under 40 minutes, then I'll try to do it today. Otherwise, can tell how old this game is because it's released back at the time where you couldn't have long videos. You couldn't even do 60 FPS back then. Okay, well this is pretty telling right here that I made a good decision to stop playing tonight. Because this is a puzzle in the game and it has 77,000 views. That makes me feel a lot smarter. It's not like I'm just like boneheaded or something. It's just the puzzles are really obtuse and frustrating. Let's try this game. I might like this one more. up, weeb? How you doing, Anthony? Getting pissed off at Darksiders too, so I'm trying this game. This has to have puzzles too. I was hoping to get away from the fucking puzzles. No more puzzles ever again. It's like a review I saw of a friend of mine playing Crosscode. He said it was like a beautiful game and everyone should play it, but I never want to do a puzzle again. That's how I feel about Darksiders 2. I never want to do another puzzle. What is this? Why can I not pick it up? I don't know what to do. I played this like almost a year ago. I guess I could try starting again. I don't know what it wants me to do. Give me a guide or something? Dude, I just don't want a map. I don't want any puzzles. I just want to fight something and nothing else. Can't even fight anything in this game. It's just walking. I did play like a half hour of this, yeah, and it didn't really grab me. I was already getting annoyed with the puzzles. This is the shit that the game journalists want. They want walking and puzzles. Also, it's really shitty how this game has fall damage with this kind of platforming. It's really floaty. I don't know if I even like this either. What am I supposed to do? He walks fucking slow too. These guys can't sprint either. I don't know what to do. Damage. What does it want? Can I just fight something? Why is every game like this now? Just nothing. Just walking. No gameplay. I have no clue what it wants me to do. It won't tell me. How do I fight something? I don't want to find keys. I'm tired of keys. And blocks and switches. Pushing things. I just want to fight and nothing else. Why is it so hard to find games like that these days? I don't know what it wants. I can't go anywhere. Won't go up. I don't know what it wants me to do. what do I do? Can I, like, play or what? Just, like, trapped in here. What the hell is that, man? Yes, I want to play a video game. Not watch cutscenes or puzzles.
Samael's fortress.
Looks like the battle's been going on for a while.
The front walls still hold. Samael's forces will be drawn there, weakening his defenses elsewhere.
Wait, are you suggesting we sneak in? Good call, but that doesn't sound like it.
It's strategic.
Right.
There's a chance my file might have soft locked. They did patch this game a lot. I don't know. I just don't have any patience for any fucking puzzles right now. Let me pick up the boomerang. I could try that. I'm just sick of puzzles. Really tired of them at this point. That doesn't do anything. It wants a fucking key. Just like the other game I was playing. Everything needs a key or a switch or something. I can't just fight. This is boring. There's nothing happening. I don't get it. Fuck this, man. Tired of puzzles. Nothing happening in that game either, just walking. Yeah, apparently the platforming's really bad. I don't know if I'd like that game either. Platforming sucks in Darksiders 2 as well. It's not even engaging because it's just automated. And the guy can't do anything fun like air dash or double jump or anything. Can't sprint either. None of the things you would want with a platformer. Platforming in that game I was just playing feels awful. Feels really clunky. Alright, let's play something with no puzzles. Alright, pop a blood vessel. I had installed Godfall today too. They still have not patched that game. That game is a mess. That game has some of the worst boss fights I've ever experienced. They don't throw puzzles down your throat, but the bosses may as well be puzzles. It just tests of patience. I think this week of experimenting with other kinds of games is just proof that I have a pretty good idea of what I like. And when I try to deviate and give new things a chance, it almost always backfires. And I wish that was not the case, but it's definitely been feeling like that this past week. Now, that Darksiders game I only paid like $5 for, so I don't really care that much, but I think I just kind of solidified the fact that I have a really good idea of what I hate in video games. And when a game has too much of those things, there's not enough to make it worth going through. I just don't have fun, and I get really miserable and frustrated. Problem is, it's just hard to find games that I like. They don't come out that often. It's weird that there's so many action games that come out now that just have, like, they have really cool battle systems, but then they have, like, an infinite amount of puzzles. Crosscode is a good example. Like, that game is it's relatively well reviewed and received, but pretty much everyone says the puzzles are so exhausting. Like, there's too many of them, they're too long. There's not enough combat to really break it up. That's how I feel about Darksiders. So I tried Crosscode as well. It seemed like the kind of game I would like. You know, 2D action with really great pixel art and soundtrack and stuff, but That game was just like Infinite Puzzle Works 2. Well, I didn't get the momentum. I just can't play video games tonight. I'm too anxious right now. I'm glad there's some stuff coming out later this month, because I'm kind of burnt out on what I've been playing. I have had fun with that Darksiders game, don't get me wrong, but man, it's just so exhausting. I just don't think I'll really like those games. The only one that really has combat that I enjoy would be the second one, and there's just so little of it. They never let you enjoy it. Want you to do 50 billion puzzles instead of actually fighting. The other one seems okay, that Genesis one, but the problem with that one is the platforming's even worse because it's like overhead, and there's like no interesting mechanics with it. It's just jump and glide. I don't know why Western developers they like can't make games with good combat or platforming. They always just copy Assassin's Creed or Batman. It's like really only the Japanese and indies are the ones that make games with either of those components worth a damn. Especially if you want them in the same game. You can't expect that from a Western studio. They're just like incapable of doing it. The Darksiders 2 has surprisingly good combat, but if that's all you're there for, it's just not a good game. And that's kind of what I'm realizing. You can get to just combat, but you have to really work to get there, and the puzzles get worse and worse as you go. It's just too much of it. They really want to give you a headache so that by the time that you actually get to fucking fight something, you're just so exhausted you can't even focus. I haven't really seen the consensus on Genesis. I'm actually curious. What do people think about that game? Because I just kind of bought that blindly. I didn't really do any research on it at all. Let me see. What is the consensus on this game? Darksiders for ants. Okay, so bad platforming. Yeah, that's kind of the consensus I got. It's very possible I may have been soft locked where I was on that save file. I don't remember because I played the game like 11 months ago. Yeah, it's very possible. Apparently, the game is very buggy, and I guess they just kind of stopped patching it. Bad camera angles combined with clunky jump sequences. Yeah. Can't really have platforming in an overhead camera game. It's pretty much never going to feel good. Yeah, I think I'll pass on this. I think going into that after number 2 is not a good idea. Let me see what else I've got in my backlog that I can try, but I really don't have that much time to start another game at this point either. That's kind of the thing because there's the Avengers DLC, there's Battle for the Grid, and then there's Virgil, and then Neo 2. So what's likely to happen at this point is not tonight. It's way too late. Tomorrow, I'm just gonna grab a video walkthrough, and just finish this game. I'll have to look and see if the DLC is worth doing. DLC might be a little less overbearing with the puzzles and shit, and that gives me like 2 days to just play random stuff like closers. The Ventures character actually does look pretty interesting. They did a stream, believe it was yesterday. It was yesterday or Thursday, and they showed a screenshot of her loot, and the loot actually looked interesting. So I don't know if they're doing the loot rework with that patch or not. I didn't completely hate that game. I mean, compared to what I've been playing this past week, there were like no puzzles. It was mostly just straight fighting. It was mostly just, unlike Darksiders 2, you couldn't make any semblance of a build without just brute forcing the RNG. Darksiders 2 actually has a pretty good gear system. It's really easy to build towards what you want. You know, the stats are random, but you can pretty easily build towards what you want. If you want to be a caster, you want to do crit damage or whatever, it's really not that hard at all. But in Avengers, you can't do that, and that was a big turnoff for me. I'm down to play a repetitive, grindy game for hundreds of hours, but the gameplay loop's got to grab me. And if you don't have loot, then the gameplay loop has failed. So, I think I'm going to reinstall that tonight, actually. That's probably what I'm going to do tonight. Um, I have a cat video I was going to share with you guys, and that should keep me relatively covered until stuff comes out on the 8th. The Scorpino will come out in the morning, so probably as soon as I wake up after Closer's raid or whatever. I'm sorry I've been frustrated playing Darksiders 2. It's not entirely the game's fault. As you know, I've had numerous mental and nervous breakdowns lately, and this definitely is a reason why I have such a low frustration threshold, but when I'm dealing with all that stuff and playing something I don't completely enjoy, then that could just make it worse. I'm glad I noticed tonight. I put a stop to it and I just stopped playing it. I think that's something I need to do more of, and I just get pissed off like that. That's why I haven't been playing Neo 2 either. I've been kind of avoiding that game. I don't know how much I'll play the DLC. It's more likely I'll probably, people found the loot, all the cool loot and stuff in the last DLC. They found it in like, it was like less than a day. Pretty much all the good stuff was found. If the loot actually seems like it's gonna change it up, then I will come back. But if it's like the first DLC where they barely had anything interesting, then I think I'm ready to tap out. Especially since the PC version is coming soon, and judging by how normally things go when I ask for keys from them, they give it to me 2 weeks early. So I'm about a month away from getting that. I don't know how much more time I want to put into the console version. It feels like just kind of a waste of time at this point. Especially since I have to pay for PS Plus to keep playing that game. And that's like literally the only game I play on there at all, let alone anything that's online. We'll see though. I forgot that this is coming out. I did apply for a key for this. I played the demo for this. It was pretty cool. They actually have Ultraman in here too. This is not a good trailer. There's no gameplay. I don't know why they still make trailers like that. Just show the game. I haven't finished this game yet either. That's probably going to be the next backlog thing I do, actually. This game looks pretty cool. As they said in that post that they had like 20 years of game experience, but who knows if that means anything. We all know that it doesn't mean much when it comes to making a beat 'em up. They are very hard games to make by nature, or way harder to make than people think. I'm interested in trying that game though. It does look pretty cool. Kind of a weird transitional period right now. The whole there's the virus for one thing has pushed a lot of games back, and then there's the transitional period between generations going on right now. So that's kind of why I've been playing closers. It's something I can just play. Is like past this month, I have like no games I'm looking forward to at all. There's nothing. Now a lot of that might change because in a few days there's the Game Awards, and they tend to announce quite a few things at those. I don't think they're worth watching for the rewards because it's always obvious what will win. Generally, whatever the biggest AAA game is. They do have some categories that are free of that, like best indie game and stuff. But even then, they have Hades in there. It's pretty obvious that's going to win like pretty much almost every category it's in. Watching it for the rewards is whatever. You just watch it for the announcements. I'm hoping that they'll have something that I'll be able to play into next year's. This month I have a lot going on. This week and a little bit of next week is not going to be that interesting. I'm probably just going to power through Darksiders 2 and then just play other stuff. But yeah, past the middle of this month, there's like nothing. The next thing would be Neo 2 on PC, but I've already played that game to death. Really, the only benefit I'd have from that, especially since I already bought the DLC, is just cheat engine and better performance. But the first Neo PC port is horribly optimized, so you never know with Koei Tecmo. They have some games that just work fine, like One Piece, and then you have stuff like Dynasty Warriors 9. Like you need like a government issued like quantum powered computer to run. I won't have to pay for it either way, but I hope that it will be better than the PS4 version. Because that one, at least on my console, it does not stay at 60 FPS. The particle effects like tank it, and when you play with 3 people, it's like a slideshow. Which, in a game where you can get killed in like 1 to 3 hits, that's not the kind of thing you want. So I don't know what'll happen there. Thanks you guys for supporting me. I know I haven't really been playing what people want, and it's not on purpose. It's just Hyrule Warriors is not something I can physically play at this time, and there just hasn't been much going on. I kind of gonna have to remind people. I did that in my community post today. I reminded people that there's the virus going on, and then we're kind of transitioning between console generations, and I wouldn't say it's going very smoothly. I think it's going the worst it ever has, really, because there was never a global pandemic during a console launch before, and the console's barely launched with anything, and even if they did, nobody can buy the damn thing because they're sold out everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next few months I have more of a focus on service games. Um, Backlog wise, I don't have much. The biggest thing I had was probably this game. Um, I did get the third one from Humble Choice last month, so I'll give that game an honest chance. I don't think I'm going to bother with Genesis. Seems like if I try any other Darksiders game, it will probably be this one. I know the combat is like way less interesting in this, but it does have some improvements. I watched some gameplay today. There was like a double jump and a sprint, things like that. So maybe the platforming won't be as automated. Maybe there will be like more skill involved to it or something. And that would definitely make the puzzles, um, whatever puzzles it has, probably would make it a little bit more manageable. So really, Darksiders 2, the only thing that really feels polished is the combat and the loot. I think the possessed weapon mechanic is really cool. How you can take one weapon and just feed it a bunch of junk and make whatever you want. I think that's a really cool way to deal with being a loot game by nature and just having a bunch of crap that you don't want. I really like that mechanic, but everything else just feels kind of half baked, especially towards the end of the game, where it feels like I wouldn't say they ran out of time, but they just wanted to ship the game and they wanted to make it as long as possible. So they start doing stuff that really starts to wear you down, and that's kind of unfortunate for a game that if it didn't have all that stuff, I think I would probably want to play it more times. But as it stands now, I'll likely finish it, and then I might just go straight to the third one. I'm curious to see what the reviews have said, since I'm like 90% through the game. There's like 2 more dungeons. A lot of it's probably going to be about how bad this remaster is. I'm curious. Glitch after glitch, and then to top it off, the 14-hour save file gets corrupted. Yeah. Yeah, if that happened, I would not play this again. And you can't get the original game anymore either. I want to see what people say about the puzzles, and I hope it's not just me. It's exhausted by it. Yeah, this game is just horribly broken. This is exactly what happened on today's stream. 30 hours into the game, and there's a game-breaking crash with the Archon cutscene. Dev said they would fix this back in 2015. It's still broken. I would give that one an award. That gets the treasure award there. Oh man. You know, it's one thing when they do this kind of thing on PC, on like console, because on console they can keep re-releasing the same game over and over, but on PC, unless you do something like this where you wipe the old version completely and put it back on, it's going to be there forever. It's going to be there as long as your company's around. So it's like, you should fix it. You don't have the luxury of being a console game and just being able to put out a new one, a new version. Uh, I tried to finish Darksiders 2 tonight, Eric, but I'm just too tired to do it right now. According to this, though, it seems like I've had less problems than others. But it's baffling that you would remaster a game, add more bugs, and then not fix it. It's an age-old problem with being a PC gamer. When they just abandon you, and they'll keep selling the game, but they won't fix it. Well, apparently the DLC is not playable. Huh. I don't agree with the fact that there's too much loot. I definitely do not agree with this at all. I have never once felt overwhelmed with the loot in this game. Especially with the possessed weapons, you just feed everything to it or sell it. I don't agree with this. And since I'm pretty much done with the game at this point, I can read these reviews and see if I agree with their opinion. There's like nothing wrong with the loot at all. You compare this to like Avengers, where you have like 9 slots for every category, which fills up like halfway through a level, and you have to just dismantle them one by one. I think this game actually does loot quite well, and it's really easy to build towards whatever you want. I don't have any problem with the loot. Seems like everybody just agrees that this port is terrible. The action's great and combo satisfying. One thing hurting this game gameplay-wise is the puzzles. They are bland, tedious, right out, boring, and annoying to do. Yeah, I definitely agree there. Lock on not being a toggle too. I definitely agree there. Hitboxes as well. There definitely are some bullshit hitboxes in this game. An enemy will do like a ground pound and you dodge backwards twice. Dodge backwards twice and you still get hit by it. Yeah, the puzzles are the worst part by far. The performance has been relatively stable for me, but you know, I'm playing this game like what, like 5 or 6 hardware generations higher than what it needs. So I guess that's why. It's mostly just stuttering I had. As soon as I hard capped it to 60 FPS, it stopped doing that. So yeah, it is poorly optimized. Apparently the last boss might be glitched too. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Might not even be able to finish this game with how broken it is. Wow. It's not so much that they kill the momentum, it's just that there's too many of them. There's just way too many, and they're too long. There's not enough of a balance between the combat. I've played even like DMC. You know, DMC has had some terrible ass puzzles, but you know, generally you just have a few of them, and the main focus is still on exploration and fighting. In this game, it really wears you down, and that's kind of the problem. I probably could have finished it tonight, but I was getting really frustrated. Enemies move faster than player-based movement speed. Yeah, you can't run from enemies. Many enemies have lunge attacks with a range twice that of dodge distance. Yeah, I agree there. Ludicrous enemy health pools. No, I don't agree with this. If you build your character, they go down pretty quickly. But I hard agree with this. Enemies with shielding not only prevent all damage, but interrupts your attacks. Yeah. The shielded guys are horribly designed. Overshadowed by puzzles that seem to be of the not overly hard but time-consuming variety. Notably, in a later game, probably to slow things down artificially. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Everything you do in this game feels like work. It's a chore that never ends. Wow, just straight to the point there. I tried Genesis. I couldn't get into that game either. I actually just uninstalled it. I just didn't like the jumping. I couldn't figure out what to do. I hated the platforming. I feel like a game like that should not have platforming at all. It's not even good platforming either. All you can really do is jump and double jump. Let me see how big Darksiders 3 is. Maybe I'll try that game. So I've got 2 days to kill. See how big it is. I think I'm done for tonight, though. I don't know, just video games haven't wanted to work today. Darksiders 2 soft locked me twice, and then that other game wouldn't work. 22 gigs. Huh. Alright, well, I think I'll install that, and I have to reinstall Avengers tonight, too. I think I will try out that new character. I've got some time to kill. Nothing really going on until next week. Next week is, the week after next. It's when, a bunch of things are happening, but right now, it's just the usual stuff. Serious about what? I might try it, yeah. I might.
Keeping
I don't know
busy,
if I
are
will.
we? Fight well, my friend.
Keeping busy?
I'm willing to give games a chance. It's just you have to realize there's no guarantee that I'll finish it.
Take care, Slayer.
I will drop a game as soon as I stop having fun. I will totally drop a game if I don't find it fun anymore. It's not hard for me to do that at all. Especially since the only games I really buy full price are, you know, brand new stuff. No, I hated Gundam. Gundam sucked. Gundam was just running away and spamming projectiles non-stop. It was incredibly stressful to play. Wasn't fun at all. I hated that game.
We will talk again.
Just a frustration simulator.
Yes. What is it? It is good to see you, Slayer. A watcher's duty is to knowledge.
Have you news? Keep your wits.
What's up?
You've got that look in your eye. Keep your footing.
Well, I thought that maybe it would be fun to play, but it was not fun to play. It was very boring and frustrating. There's nothing fun about that game at all. Just running away and spamming the whole time. Doing, like, nothing else. Just not interested. I gave it a chance, but it was just bringing out the worst in me. It was not fun to play. The netcode's not even good anyway. If I did play that, I'd probably just play the single player. I'll probably go back and do that. Even the computer just does nothing but spam. Run away and spam and do nothing else.
That time of year again. Dress for the behemoth you hunt.
No, you ask like the most random questions. I don't like those games that you mention. No, I have not. I don't know, every time I try a Western game, I end up hating it. They're just not for me. I've only played this game for like a couple minutes. It seems decent, but God Eater is better. The character is more responsive. No, I won't, man. You know the kind of games I like. Come on now. You're in here like every day. I don't like those kinds of games, especially Western games. I don't feel like playing this. That game's not really fun. It's too clunky. I wish they would make a hunting game like God Eater, where it's like really fast and responsive, and it has like guard cancels and air combos and stuff, but they're all just so slow and just they don't feel good to play. I'm gonna uninstall that game too. I need some space anyway. I didn't spend a dime on that game, so it's whatever. I get rid of that too. There, now I've got some space. Freed up like 50 gigs today. I got rid of Godfall and Dauntless. Both disappointing Western games, like all of them. Combat's not good. I'm willing to try things, yeah. I've been trying new games, but I've played all the best stuff. I have admittedly high standards because I have played the best things in the kinds of games that I like. But whenever I try something new, it always backfires. It backfired with Godfall. I wouldn't say it backfired with Darksiders 2. I mean, the combat is fun, but everything else is not. Dauntless, that game I was just playing, it's too clunky and slow. It's not fast enough for me. I have a very good handle on what I like in games, and it's really easy for me to just drop something if I don't like it. I don't force myself to play games anymore. I had a very unhealthy habit of doing that when I was younger. I would I would torture myself with games that I wasn't enjoying at all. I was just wanting them to end and stuff, and it's like, I'm not getting any younger. I don't need to be doing that anymore. If the game pisses me off, then I'm done. Especially if it's something I bought for like a rock bottom price. If it's like a full $65 game, then yes, I will. I will power through it if I can, or at least get to the point where I feel like I've exhausted all the fun out of it. But I don't really buy that many games at full price. The stuff I buy for the channel, yes, I do pay full price for those because I'm a content creator and I have to have the content out as soon as possible if I'm going to grow my channel off the game at all and get any kind of viewership. Other stuff like Darksiders and things, I didn't pay like anything for them. Dude, you're suggesting the stuff that I would never play. I mean, you're in here every day. You know the kinds of games that I like. You should notice a pattern by now. The problem is I've played all the best stuff in the game, the genres that I like, and I'm just kind of running out of things to play at this point. You're not suggesting anything I would ever be caught dead playing. I don't like those kinds of games. I wouldn't say I have a peculiar taste in games. Light side, it's just that I've been gaming for 30 years. I did used to play more genres. I've tried pretty much everything at some point, but the things that I play on the channel are what I enjoy the most. And interests change over time. I used to play a lot of stuff to try to fit in because I never fit in when I was younger. But as soon as I got older, I stopped playing that stuff because realistically, the only reason I was playing it was try to fit in with people. And I don't need to do that anymore. It's either they like me for how I am, or they can fuck off. So yeah, I don't know why people complain about the kinds of games that I play. I just have a very refined taste. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I just know what I like. And unfortunately, there's not many games that come out that I like because I played the best stuff out there. Played a very high amount of games. I mean, if you want, I can be one of those fake ass content creators that just plays whatever's popular and pretends to like it. But that's not what I do. I'm actually honest. I'm honest. I don't hold anything back. If something pisses me off or I'm reviewing something, I'll tell you exactly what's wrong. I'll tell you exactly what's wrong. There's plenty of fake content creators you can watch if you want to watch people that just play the flavor of the month. That's not me. I play things I actually enjoy. At least we'll give something. I'll give something an honest chance. But there's no guarantee that I'll stick with it. I don't have any obligation to do that. I just like games with gameplay and no padding. I like games with a focus on responsive gameplay. I like older style games like arcade games and stuff. Where they didn't waste your time with padding and stuff. They just gave you a fun, condensed, well polished experience. And those are the kinds of games that I gravitate to. That's why I play so many indie games, and I know that people don't like watching the indie games. I've had some people hate on me for playing indies, but they're more in line with what I like. I like as a gamer, my taste as a gamer, than a lot of the big stuff that comes out, which is just not interesting to me at all. I'd say indie games are probably like 50-60% of what I play right now. Especially around this time, there's just not much going on, big game wise. Indie games don't have the money to pad you and waste your time. They have to just deliver solid gameplay. And there's lots of really amazing indie games. And I'm glad that as a content creator, I have gotten to the point where I don't have to play what I'm typecast for. I've definitely had a lot of success playing indie games for one. Uh, MMOs and stuff. Some of the MMO guides I've done. A lot of the non-Muso stuff I've been doing has been performing better. Which is good because one of the most miserable things as a content creator is to be typecast. When people will only watch you play one thing. Because what that does is it causes burnout. And you feel like really shitty because no one will watch you play anything else. But a lot of times what happens as a content creator, you go viral for one thing and people only want to watch you for that. If you get some crazy kill on, I don't know, one of those big multiplayer games and a bunch of sites promote you and you go viral and they turn on your stream and you're playing like, I don't know, Fight and Rage or something, then people will just leave. So I made an effort early on. My channel was never intended to just be Muso. It was never intended to just be Muso. It's just about just doing cool shit in games that I like. And I've worked really hard to break that typecasting. Because I'm sure you guys realize the last few Muso games have not been great. They have not been very good. There's been some that have been decent, but there's been a lot that have not been great. And the community has been really hard for me to deal with. Because I had to bear the burden of the games being bad instead of directing that towards the people who actually made the damn thing. So just try to understand. It's not like I'm dismissive of games. It's just that I've been playing them for decades. I've played all the best stuff and have a pretty damn good idea of what I like. And when I do try to branch out, people either A, don't watch it, or I just don't like the game. And I've been trying to do that this month, trying to play some other stuff, and I just haven't liked any of those games. That's just something that kind of happens when you've been gaming for so long. I've been gaming since like the 80s. I've been gaming since the late 80s, so I've been through pretty much every phase possible. All the advancements that games have made, all the new genres that have come out, all the fads and stuff. I've lived through it all. And I'm pretty comfortable with what I do enjoy playing. Everything else is kind of whatever. No, I have no idea what that is. Yeah, the stuff I play on the channel it's not like those are the only genres I've ever played. I've played everything you can think of because I've been around for so long, but I don't find enjoyment in those games, and I had a tendency to play stuff like first-person shooters and stuff that I didn't like because I was trying to fit in, and I've had a very hard time fitting in. I still do to this day. But I realized I need to play what I actually enjoy. As a niche content creator, I definitely have more luxury with that than big channels. Big channels tend to get typecast into playing one thing. There's been a lot of big channels that play those esports games like Overwatch and League of Legends and stuff. They hate playing those games. They hate playing Fortnite. They hate dealing with all the kids and stuff. But if they play anything else, their audience is too immature to realize that interests change. You don't always want to play the same thing forever. Sometimes your tastes change, and you need to do something else. I don't get why people don't understand that. It's really weird to me. It's like you go through different phases in your life. You go through different phases of the kinds of games that you like. Yeah, some of them have even had like breakdowns on stream and stuff. They're just so sick of playing those games. They're tired of the toxicity. They're tired of the community, and they're tired of people treating them like garbage, but they're doing it full time, and if they try to play anything else, then people leave. Yeah, I think people have an unrealistic view of the kinds of games that I played, because what I play on the channel, like even 15 years ago when I started, I was still playing the same stuff I do now. I haven't really deviated from it. It's just when you've been around for decades, you start to build an idea of what you like. It's no different than like movies. Movies and TV shows, you know. My grandpa loved action movies. He passed away last year, but he loved action movies. I was like all he watched. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, he lived to be like 90 years old, so he was around before action movies were, but like me, that was what he liked to watch, so he didn't really deviate from it much. He would deviate from it when my grandma would make him watch something, but that was mostly what he enjoyed. And I think part of the reason why he lived so long is he found the things that he was passionate about, and he stuck with them. And he didn't change because it wasn't cool or other people didn't understand it. And that's something I always really honored about him. I appreciated about him, and I kind of carry on his legacy. I do what I like, and I don't really give a fuck what anyone thinks. If they don't like it, they can get out. I don't make anywhere near enough to start selling out or whatever, and people actually like that I don't sell out. I don't sell out. I've never been sponsored to play anything. I play what I like. There's plenty of fake-ass content creators on here that they just go out to the flavor of the month or whatever's got the most drama, and they don't have any passion for what they're doing. Probably don't even like doing it, it just keeps the lights on. The content that I watch, I generally watch very passionate people. None of them are making what they deserve, much like I don't, but they actually like what they're doing. And it's generally really easy to tell if a content creator actually likes what they're doing or playing. It's really easy to spot the fake ones, especially if they have a very distinguishable pattern of just playing whatever the flavor of the month is, and not sticking with the game for long, or just posting about whatever the drama is. Those are the kind of content creators that you should avoid. They're not worth supporting, in my opinion. Support people who actually like what they're doing and are real. Yeah, my grandpa pretty much watched. He watched the news. He watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like 8 million times, and action movies. Didn't make him a bad person, he was just... He had a really good idea of what he liked, and he never really changed from that. There's nothing wrong with that. He was a great guy. I just kind of inherited that way of living. I found what I like, and I just stick with it. Yeah, I was like all he watched. Nothing wrong with that. He liked, like, martial arts movies a little bit, too. Just action movies in general, he would always watch. I'm very much a lot like my grandpa. I'm pretty much just a younger version of him. Very similar mannerisms and passions and stuff.
지금부터 본인의 시간이 없으니와 부산 특별한 바로 작전에 돌입해라.
And I did used to play things I didn't like to fit in. And how many of those people do I talk to anymore? None of them. They're all gone. I'm not saying they're bad people, it's just they didn't stick around. Was it worth me playing all those shooters and stuff to try to fit in as a teenager? No, not really. I'm lucky enough to have some friends that do appreciate the niche stuff that I enjoy. And I'm happy with that. A lot of content creators are very fake. They don't actually like those flavor of the month games, it's just that, you know, you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator. That goes for anything too, just not just content creation, but content creation for sure. You have to appease those people. It's a lot harder to break out when you're like me and you actually do things you enjoy and you don't sell out. The same thing with, like, movie critics and stuff. You know, the problem we've had with like, game reviewers, like that infamous God Hand review from IGN, where the guy just hated beat-em-ups, and there's no way that he would ever give that game a good review, even if he was a good reviewer. You know, we kind of have that with games, too. There's lots of people that give scathing reviews to stuff, and it's just like, They're not bad reviewers. They're not bad content creators. It's just, it's not the kind of game for them. Instead of bothering with that, I just play things that I like. I don't like everything that I do play, but I'll give it a chance. The honesty is what's gotten me this far. I've never been fake on here. Because from a financial standpoint, there's no reason for me to be fake. I have no tangible reason to be fake. I would rather be honest. Especially since I don't get sponsored to play anything on here. They're all things I'm interested in. Yes, some of the review keys like I get, like Godfall, I end up not liking the game, but I still finished it, and I gave people an honest opinion. Which is all I really felt. I felt inclined to do. And helped that that game was only like 5 hours long, so it wasn't like a big time investment. But yeah, try to appreciate the people that, not just me, but people who do that too. Who are actually honest about what they like. Support the people that are obviously fake a lot less. They don't need the money. Fall Guys is not even that popular anymore. That game is has really declined in popularity. I called that coming from a mile away. Seems like that game is it has a very low skill ceiling. When you ignore the fact that it was mostly just big because of all the flavor of the month content creators that don't actually like those games. They play them for a week and move on to the next, whatever the next fad is. Apparently that game, I didn't play it myself, but apparently has like a very low skill ceiling. And those big competitive battle royale games like that tend to not last very long if they don't have a high skill ceiling. And Call of Duty is the same thing every year, but there is some semblance of a skill ceiling there, so that's the kind of stuff that keeps people playing. Even though it's much like Madden, just buying the same game every year. I don't think Fall Guys had anywhere near that kind of depth. Among Us is just popular because of the pandemic. It's the only reason that game got any traction, really. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I'm sure once the vaccine comes out and we're able to go out more, that game will probably die off too. It's really not much of a game in the first place. The only thing that really makes it is the people you play it with. It's not really much of a gameplay mechanic there at all. Weird thing about Call of Duty is they actually have tried to change the formula with like the double jumping and the powers and stuff, but then they just go back to the generic stuff like every other year. As an outsider, I don't really understand it. It seems way more interesting than just clicking on their head and that's it. It's It's weirder when they do try to like deviate from the formula, it doesn't stick. Even Muso, as repetitive as it is, has tried multiple times to change things up. But like with Call of Duty, it's like they actually will make like a drastic change, but then it doesn't stay, and then it's just like it's just shooting someone's head for another 3 years. But I guess a lot of that is because they're made by different developers. Because they have to play like musical chairs with the development teams for those games. Because they're massive games and they come out every year. They hated it when they did that. That's when Call of Duty actually looked interesting. When it's just bald Marines with AK-47s just clicking on each other's heads, I don't really get the appeal. But I grew up with stuff like Unreal Tournament and Quake when I was younger, and those are like way more interesting to me than just military guys. That doesn't appeal to me. They tried to bring back Quake with Quake Champions, but they tried to add all the hero shooter crap to it, and I guess it didn't stick very well. They've had a hard time getting people to play, which is a shame. It looked decent enough. I haven't really looked too much into it, but there was supposed to be a new Unreal Tournament as well, but that got killed because Fortnite started making like $50 billion a day. Hello.
まだまだ踊り足りないわ。吹き荒れろ。せーの。お物は消毒よ。手加減なしよ。ショーダウン。見切れるかしら。すぐ眠らせてあげる。一杯おごるわ。いっけ。プレゼント。私全部委ねなさい。シュート。見切れるかしら。くらい。プレゼント。手加減なしよ。どこ見てるのよ。くらい。同情するわ。ショート。ほらほら。こんなんじゃ物足りないわ。
시간이 수고 이곳 지금부터 집중해서 듣고
86.
메디컬 머시란 바로 작전에 돌입해라. 지금부터 집중해서 듣도록. 그럼 바로 작전에 돌입해라.
さっさと片付けてゲームの続きだ。せーの、あっせいうおっせーのやっあっせーのせいもう一丁はっ
Todomida! I dig his Japanese voice. I can't stand his Korean voice. He sounds like prepubescent. The Japanese voice is way better, and I'm not saying that as a weeb either. I like some of the Korean voices. I like Harpy's Korean voice more than the Japanese one. I definitely like Jay's voice, the Japanese one. It's Tomokazu Sugita. That sounds awesome. I actually want to look up who his voice actor is. He sounds familiar, but I think he's one of the younger voice actors, not one of the 50-year-old ones that's been in like 500 pieces of media. I recognize the voice, but I can't quite pinpoint who it is because it's not someone like instantly distinguishable. Like whenever Nobuyuki Hiyama is in a game, you can always instantly tell it's him. Because the people that he has Johnny Young Bosch syndrome. It's like he's capable of doing more than one voice, but the people that hire him, they just want him to scream. But he's very much the counterpart to Johnny Yong Bosch. A very similar typecasting going on there. Like, they're both capable of doing more than one voice, but people don't let them. Yeah, I'm actually curious. I want to see who's voicing them. Oh wow, he's Guan Xing. Huh. He's Guan Xing in the Muso games. Oh wow, no wonder I recognize him. He is he's Naoto in Blaze Blue. What about the other guy? This guy is McCleo, so I know that voice. Oh, this one hasn't been in anything I've played. I don't think this actually happened though. I think that they held off on this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know which character this is though. Who is Slash? Is that Nada? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it is Nada. So Nada's voice actor is what is he in that I played? Oh, he's Theodore in PSO2. Katsuie in Basara. He's Clotho, the time attack guy in PSO2. Nada's voice actor I've heard way more than I ever realized. Those are some games I put some serious time into. Basara 4 and PSO2. The rest of this stuff I don't recognize. There's not things that I played. This Harpy's voice is Blake in Cross Tag Battle. That's like the only thing in here that I played. No wonder I don't recognize that voice. I think this is Tane. Is this Tane? I think it is. Either that or it's Yuri. She's the lolly in Blaze Blue. Yours and the cat and Kamen Rider Ghost. Tomokazu Sugita is in like 5 million things. He's instantly recognizable. He's been in a lot of Muso games too. Yeah, he's Kiyomasa. Ragna. Ragna is what I recognize him the most as. I definitely played a lot of Blaze Blue. No, they mostly have younger people working on the closers Japanese dub. It's not a lot of the like masters like him. Been around forever. No, he was Alvin too. Somehow I never made that connection. He was Axel in Project Cross Zone. Tane is actually, oh wow, Reki, the Naginata character in Tokiden 2. Tokiden Kiwami in 2. I think she's in 2, I don't remember. I think she was only in Kiwami actually. Okay, Yuri's voice actor is Batista in Unial. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like when they give new voice actors a chance. A lot of the really like master voice actors in Japan, they have the Johnny Young Bosch Nobuyuki Hiyama thing going on where you could instantly recognize them, and it kind of like breaks your immersion past a point because you just hear them as the person, you don't hear them as the character. I don't know if you guys are aware, but in Samurai Warriors, Nobuyuki Hiyama, he voices Masamune, which is just his generic hot-blooded, pipe screaming anime protagonist voice. But he also voices Kotaro, who is not he's not a hot-blooded anime protagonist, and you like don't really notice until someone tells you. But he's got the Bosch syndrome going on. He makes a living off screaming, not talking like a normal person. No, but nobody hires him to not scream. Johnny Young Bosch is definitely that way too. He's actually come out and said that he has a range to his voice, but he's never given any roles where he actually gets to use it. The major two I know of where he didn't have that voice was Emil in Tales of Symphonia 2, and then what is that anime called? Eureka 7? He uses his other voice in that. But they never give him the opportunity. I'm surprised those two guys still have a voice at this point. Their like entire career is based around being screaming anime protagonists, which is badass. They're like the best at screaming, but I don't know with how long they've been doing it. You think they'd be like their voice could be shot at this point? I'll prove it to you guys. Hold on. Then I'm gonna hop off, get some sleep. Let me see if I can find it. Good example here. He's this guy in the One Piece games, which is not his regular voice, and then he's Toshie in Neo 2, which is very much his screaming voice. Yeah, see right here. Nowhere near the same kind of voice, But then, like, everything else on this page is mostly his screaming voice. Siegfried and Nightmare, Hiei, the obvious screaming voices. This guy in Uppers, what little I played that game, I liked that they had him in there. So you could hear him scream. Dimitri, screaming voice. Let's just look at games, because I don't watch much anime. Ken Browning is another one I know him for. That's from Super Robot Wars, Endless Frontier. I like that game. He's Joe. Batsu is another one I recognize him for. The bald guy from Bleach. A guy from KOF 11. Vague, of course, from Rebirth. Well, there's your little nerdy voice actor trivia. Apparently the closer's cast is it's mostly people like under 30, which for voice acting in a video game is pretty rare. It's normally people like Mr. Hiyama here that are in like everything you can think of. 265 titles. Yeah, he's been in like everything. I like this spectrum here. I had no idea that he was this guy in One Piece because it's not his popular voice. But then when I played Neo 2, as soon as I heard him scream, I knew exactly who it was. Like no trouble for him to voice him. I wonder what his actual voice is like. I wonder if the screaming is how he actually talks. Maybe he has that like the Master Shake voice actor thing going on, where the voice that he did for Master Shake was like his natural voice. He didn't have to like change his inflection or anything to voice that character. I wonder if he actually talks like this or if he talks like this guy. That's something for you to go to sleep with. Later today, I will likely finish Darksiders, and then I might give Darksiders 3 a shot. And then on the 8th is Scorpina, and the new that Archer chick on Avengers. So those are the next things I'll be doing. Catch you guys.